channel. Should still come up, maybe. See if I can just refresh it. It will probably come up this time. There we go. Yes, there we are. So there we go. Yes. Yep, we are now live. So hello there. Good evening, everyone. Oh, just seen Reno take it half a second penalty. I am Savvy, and this is round 4 of the ARC Flashback series. We are racing with the Super Formulas around the figure of 8 Suzuka track. And as I've already said, I am Savvy, and I've been joined for one race only. It's Lato. How are you doing?
I'm doing quite good myself, Savvy. It's nice to be back, actually.
It is, yeah, and it's actually kind of like roles reversal, because over times when we've commentated, it's always you're the number one and I'm the co-commentator, but now it's now vice versa now, so you're going to have to do more of the talking now.
Yeah, it's good to be here and watch some Super Formula racing around Suzuka.
Indeed it is. Just to clarify the points coming into this round, as we've seen Kofi just getting back on the track here. So Law, even though he had that poor outing at St. Croix, must have completed his tasks, but he still leads the way with just over 500,000 earnings. This is just in-game credits, not real money. If it was, then I should have been racing in it, as well as you were at. Inmanson's second on 488,000, so he's just like a couple, well, he's just, what's that, 28,000 credits away from that. Stephen in third, Hallex in fourth, Cro-Magna in fifth, Kofi Juicy we're looking at in sixth, Reno in seventh, Jerry Bear in eighth. I think you'll probably have Jerry Bear in your lobby with that very colourful livery, and Kevlaro ninth, and Tetra Guy rounds out the field in 10th position. So going back here to the Super Formula series, we had a lot of fun commentating on this and around Suzuka. This is going to be quite fast for these drivers.
Yeah, it will. The Super Formula race that we held here back when we ran the Super Formula Championship was actually quite close and interesting. And especially with the downforce that you get in the Super Formula cars, that first sector is going to be really quick, and it's going to be really interesting to watch whether if someone can make an opportunity of a driver going wide trying to maybe deal with a poor tire wear.
Yes, the tyre wear is on time 16, so we're going to be seeing a drivers making loads of pit stops, probably 4 if not 5 times around here. I'd obviously reckon not racing on the softs would be a good option, because that would just wear the tyres a lot quicker. But coming into this, I've heard that Inman is looking very quick, as well as Noggy, the 2 Raven West boys. But Inman and Law can also prop up a threat as well here for tonight.
Yeah, Law's been doing really good lately. It's interesting to see him climb his way up the rankings, really, especially after what we saw towards the end of the Season 4 GR3 Championship Series. Law's actually put in a lot of work and effort to really increase his pace here in Gran Turismo Sport, and it's good to see him up towards the front of the leaderboards a lot more, especially with Inman as well. We actually saw that him doing a really excellent job at the end of the Season 4 GR3 Championship race at Catalunya. I think he qualified 3rd or 4th in that race, and every race he's been in so far, he's either won it or come second. So it's a lot of guys stepping up coming up here.
Yeah, and I think Law could be definitely one to look out for the start of Season 5, which is happening, according to Tetra Guy, after Christmas, I got told. Let me have a check. Yeah, after Christmas. Sign-ups hasn't happened yet. They're just finalising the dates for when Season 5 is going to take place, which actually Lateral, my co-commentator here tonight, is going to participate.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to participating in Season 5, especially watching all these guys and all the other seasons. I think it's about time I try and throw my hat into the mix there and see how well I can do. It's definitely going to be different from when I race in the AJCG. I'm racing against people similar pace to yours. Not much of a shot. It's definitely going to be it's going to be racing against people around a similar pace as yours, and it's definitely going to be a one to watch.
Indeed it will. So I think 1,000 credits away from Law. Just to talk about the guys who are in this lobby. So I'm just checking here. I'm just checking on the ship. He's just 5,000 credits away from. I think PK is move up in the standings, as well as Kev Meister, as well as Charles, and I don't know if Chris is racing. I'm not too sure. So this could be a big day for you, Gertie, if he could move up and complete his tasks, and he will really move up in the championship order. Also, just to mention, for the first corner that Yagerti's just looking in, we're calling it Rogered, and it's because we saw a couple of occasions that Alex Rogers likes to spin off there, doesn't he, Lap? So,
yeah,
we've named the corner in honour. We're hoping to see people go off it. You're becoming a very there's some tricky corners too. You got the spoon curve as well. That's a difficult corner. What you get is coming into now the Degner section. That's also very fast, and you can't afford to make a mistake through there. And yeah, this is just overall a very, very fun racetrack.
I'm getting a notification here that for in Lobby 1 quali will be starting in a few minutes, so I'll be underway here momentarily, as it looks like who was that spinning out of control? I think that was La Bomba Negra spinning at the exit of Degna.
I think, to my reckoning, I think this is La Bomba's first race in this, actually. I don't see him at the points in the flashback, so La Bomba making his debut here, which we have seen in the AGZ. And he did relatively well in the All Japan Championship. And,
yeah, he did. He was definitely he had some races where he was one of the faster guys in that GT 500 class. So he might be one to look out for upcoming the Season 5 Championship for GR3.
And also note as well, your best finish of that championship was, I think, a 4th place at what was the track again?
Tokyo, I believe.
Yeah, and I think you said it was your worst track, but it was your best finish.
Yeah, going into that race, I wasn't quite feeling the track, and then qualifying came, and it just kind of hooked up. It was weird how it ended. Unfortunately, I ran out of fuel at the end of that race. And it's just racing, I guess.
And hopefully you'll get some sponsors on your car for next season, like you struggled to get some in the AGC. So qualifying in Lobby B is going to get just underway in about a minute's time. So all the cars.
Just looking back at the points, I see La Bomba Negra in the championship. He's currently sitting
20th.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, La Bomba is Ugherti's rival. Yes. But I don't know what challenges he's got to do, unfortunately, because this championship is just too confusing for me, to be honest with you. It's going to be interesting to see how Slimmy Cam and that Trey guy, because they are new drivers to this. It'll be interesting to see how they will fare on if they make it into the main event, which typically guys change the room settings to times 15, but it is on time 16. Once the lobby changes again, we will get qualifying underway for 10 minutes.
Yep, qualifying is now underway for Lobby 1 right now.
And qualifying is underway in Lobby 2.
Alright, now in Lobby 1, looks like Wiley Coyote leading the pack around to do the first lap right now. Arc Alex right behind him. Pro Magner 3rd out of the pits. Chris 4th out of the pits. Eclipse 5th. Trey 6th. Stephen 7th. La Bomba Negra, his Dive Bomb 9th. Venom Snake QZ in 10th. And Why Not Sean rounding out the pack for this out lap.
And out here we've got Kevlaro, followed by Law, Inman, Kofi, Slimmy, Ugherti, Techno, and Reno. Interested to know Jerry. I wanted to see that rainbow coloured car, because Rascal was saying in the booth when we did the St. Croix race last week that he thoroughly enjoyed that livery. And I thought Rascal was going to be racing too, but yeah, interesting that he's not participating. So I don't know what's happened with them two. Hopefully we'll, well, they come out there. Oh, just seen Tetra Guy going off at that will be at Dunlop, and Tetra Guy sporting a nice looking Fanta livery. Hope he likes Fanta Orange, but it looks like that's Urban to me. I've never tried Fanta Urban.
Currently just on board Wildcat Coyote doing a bit of fuel burning on the back straightaway here before heading into Degna. Alex looks like not doing a lot of fuel burning, as he's going to go right across the line for a start his first flying lap.
Kevlardo just lets Slimmy Cam just take the lead of this qualifying. Also to note here that Inman is actually racing, he's actually starting qualifying on hard tyres. And I think all the others are all on soft tyres, which I'm guessing in Inman's one, I'm guessing his objective is to race on hard tyres, I think. Not too sure on that, but now they're all fuel burning. 8 minutes to go. No one has set a time except for Slimmy Cam, because he's just coming across the start finish line to do his first timed lap.
No one to set a time yet in Lobby 1, though I will note that Venom Snake right now currently using a set of medium tires for his qualifying, while everyone else does seem to be on set of softs.
Let's ride on board with the debutant then, Slimmy Cam, as he makes his way through the S-curves into 4th gear. Now this is turn 5, then it's a Ganku, turn 6, you want to lift off here, probably down a gear. And now into Dunlop. This is where Techno Guy had his little moment. And now into the real test, well, the second test of the 3 important corners. Deck the 1, 5th gear through there, deck the 2. Looks all nice and tidy. Oh, just clipped a couple of wheels on the exit. Oh, and hits the barrier, and that's some damage. So that's going to compromise his lap time, unfortunately. But he does have another 7 minutes left. Makes his way towards the hairpin. Oh, and nearly loses it on exit. And yeah, the damage there. I think the damage is on light. Now he's going to be a little bit under pressure now, because Kofi's coming up. He may get a good toe off of Slimmy as they'll make their way towards the spoon curve. Down into 4th gear for Kofi. He's over track there off the first part, now into the second part. And now onto the backstretch, and Slimmy getting it all sideways. He's got to be careful here. Oh, now then they're going towards a penalty bear on the backstretch. They're going to be side by side through the 130R. I wonder if that's going to be looked at by the stewards there, because Slimmy Cam didn't move out of the way of Kofi. Now in towards the Casio triangle. 2nd gear, sort of messed it up a little bit. Clipping an awful lot of cab. Be careful there not to pick up any penalty. And then of course the start finish line hugs the pit wall. This is where the second of the penalty burns, and he does a time of a 1:39.279. Reno goes second, Kevlardo goes second now, only 18 thousandths slower. Reno, Techno Guy and Slimmy Cam in 5th. So, what about in your lobby then, Lap?
Well, the first set of times are starting to come across the leaderboard about watching the Arc Dive Bomb cross the line right now. And currently on provisional pole position is right now Trey Gamer, who's almost 2/10 ahead of Alex on the opening qualifying lap, with Eclipse sitting in 3rd, Chris in 4th, and Why Not Sean provisionally 5th.
Oh, that's it. That's quite a debutant there for Trey if he's going to hold on to the pole. Don't forget, it's the times in both lobbies that will get in. Well, whoever's the fastest. Well, I don't know how many people that are out on the track. They're 18, so I'm guessing possibly may have. Oh, I don't know how many people will be in the main event for, well, on the streamed race, anyways. But looking here at Law, hasn't set a time yet. Oh, and he's been hit there by Kofi at Degna, and around goes Law. And we've got half the time left. So that's not good there. Kofi could be in a bit of trouble there after that. And someone also picked up a penalty, and it was Inman, which I think he may have shortcutted the Degna corner. So he's going to have to burn it after the spoon curve. Ugeti one's right off the exit of the hairpin. So Kofi still leads the way, 1:39.279. He's only 18 thousandths quicker than Kevlardo. Then you've got Reno in 3rd, who is nearly 3/4 of a second off Kofi's time as he makes his way through the triangle. Last time, see if he does improve. More cars coming into the pits as well as Reno himself. But quite concerned here for Law, the championship leader. And he's fuel burning yet again, so I don't think he's too concerned. But, you know, there's nearly 4 minutes left on the clock for him to put in a time. And Inman also hasn't yet posted a time. Slimmy Cam has, with a 1:46.686, but he did have damage in that fast lap, but he's gone into a new set of soft tyres. Kofi goes into the pits, Kevlardo comes in, Inman also comes in. Oh, Inman's gone onto the soft tyres now, so... Well, there we go then. So they're going to get their last runs of qualifying. Any more news in Lobby A lap? Oh, God.
Well, no real updates on the leaderboard as of yet, but Trey Gamer just pitted and is now an out lap for another fast lap. Alex is about to come out of the chicane to start another flying lap. Currently in second. Eclipse on an out lap. Chris on an out lap, and Why Not Sean on an out lap as there's 3 minutes remaining left in qualifying. And right now, La Bomba Negra is 6th, Dive Bomb is 7th, Wily Coyote 8th, Venom Snake in 9th, Crow Magner in 10th, and Steven in 11th.
Looks like qualifying in this lobby seems to be a little bit struggling here, because cars are just trying to find, you know, some clean air, but they all keep messing each other up here. Yeah, definitely an issue there for the stewards there. They're going to have a long night already in regards to qualifying.
It's definitely tricky with these Super Formula cars. It might not expect it in a game like Gran Turismo, but the game does program the dirty air quite effectively, and being anywhere, I want to say, within half a second of the car in front of you can affect the downforce you have on the front of that car.
So here goes Kofi, just making his way through the 200R, and goes on the grass there. Interesting. Different line from Kofi. Just also past Kevlaro, which again they're sitting first and second. Reno a quite distant third place. Gertie fourth. Techno Guy in fifth.
Just currently watching Hallex on his flying lap after a new set of tires. He was purple in the first sector, but out of the exit of turn 11 hairpin, he got it really hairy. So I'm going to be interesting to see what he has, comes up to the split on the back straight. He's still purple, so this could be a good pole lap for Hallex.
Here at Techno Guy, he set his best time in sector 1, not purple, and he's 8 tenths quicker here, so this can be a good lap here for Techno Guy. He may just go ahead of Gertie if he stays on the pace here, or can he go quicker? He is 1.8 seconds off Kofi's time.
And unfortunately for Hallex, he would have had a time that was fast enough to take pole position had he not gotten a 3-second penalty going into the Casio Triangle. And instead, CSX Steven takes provisional pole with a 38.265.
So he's a full second quicker than Kofi's time in this lobby. But Nagari, I think Hallex has got to get the rails on, because I'm guessing there's like a minute to go. So he's got to produce a lap here.
Yeah, he does. Steven is still 8 tenths ahead of Trey Gamer in second. Hallex still provisionally third, but there's only about 30 seconds left in qualifying. He can still get one more lap in, but those tires aren't looking the best. And right now, he's 3 tenths down.
Here goes Techno Guy. He comes across the line and goes to third. 1:39.910 for Techno Guy. That's a solid lap. Improved this time by 1.2 seconds. Slimmy Cam goes into sixth, but he's gone a lot quicker. 1:41.017 as we've got 30 seconds to go in this qualifying session. And Inman is not going to make it. Go on.
I was just going to say, there was a yellow flag at the exit of Degner 2, and it was Chris spun around under the tunnel.
Oh, hold on a minute here. Inman is purple by nearly a full second. He is going to go straight to the top. If he can get the Casio Triangle perfectly fine, he may go a lot quicker, maybe. Let's have a look. Hugs the pit wall. 1:37.9 for Inman. And that is qualified over in lobby 2. Kofi actually did improve. Sorry there to cut you off there. 1:38.480, so he cut the deficit by roughly about half a second, but not good enough to beat Inman's stunning lap time of 1:37. Now let's see what Law can do. Can he go third? 1:38.534. So he just made it there, and that was his one and only lap time. Any news then on your lobby again?
Well, it still looks like currently Steven still holds pole position. Trey Gamer just improved his time just a little bit, but it looks like La Bomba Negra actually went third place overall, with Hallex dropping all the way down to third. I'm just trying to wait and see if all the cars come across the line here. Some drivers pulling into the pit lane real quick, so the leaderboard's all over the place. It still looks like 2 or 3 drivers still have yet to set a lap here. Let's see if we can see which ones they are. It looks to be Arc Dive Bomb, who's on for a personal best lap as he just exits the Casio Triangle, and Why Not Sean behind him. So let's see what Arc Dive Bomb can do as he crosses the line. It's going to be good enough for a 1:40.7. They're currently at 7th on the leaderboard, and Why Not Sean not improving his lap time, as we still have La Bomba Negra still setting a lap.
Well, it looks like Reno and Techno Guy have all missed their qualifying laps, so they're not going to improve. Techno Guy pulls into the pits. Only two guys that are still yet to do their times is Gertie. He's sitting 7th place, 2.2 off of Inman's time, and looks like he doesn't improve. So we're just waiting for Slimmy Cam here as he makes his slides his way through the Castillo Triangle. And I don't think he is going to improve as well. No, it's not. 2 minute 32. So that is it. So qualified is over in our lobby.
And it's over here. I just had a look there at La Bomba Negra. He had some damage on the front of that car, so that lap wasn't going to be an improvement. But on pole position for Lobby 1, we have CSX Steven with a 138.265. Then in second place in this lobby, actually looks like it's going to be, make sure I get this right here. In second place, it actually will be La Bomba. Yes, it will be La Bomba Negra who's actually in second place overall. Because it looks like Trey Gamer will be in third place with a... Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm trying to find all the times here. It's actually Trey Gamer that is in second with a 38.742. But it is La Bomba Negra in third with a 39.271. Hallex in fourth with 39.295. And I do believe it will be Crow Magner in fifth with a 140.103.
And in our lobby, Inman has done a 137.9, which you said that Stephen's time was 138.2, did you say?
Yep, 265.
So that means Inman will start on the pole for the 23 lap race, the first one. Kofi Juicy second with a 138.480, Law 226 with 138.534, and Kevlar with a 138.595. So second to fourth, just over a tenth between them. That's very close indeed. Techno Guy in fifth, 139.910, Reno with a 139.993, Ugerti with a 140.168. So again, about roughly just over a tenth between fifth to seventh. And Slimmy Cam a 141.017. So there you are. That's the end of qualifying. We're just going to wait for confirmation of what the starting grid will look like. But it will be Inman and Stephen on the front row. And then it will be La Bomba, did you say?
Trey Gamer with a 38.7.
Oh, so it'll be Kofi. Kofi will start third with a 38.4. Then Law did a 38.5, so I'm guessing here that's the second row. Then Kevlar with a 138.59. So that he'll be fifth. Then it will be Trey.
38.7.
Yeah. And then La Bomba did
39.271.
So he'll be behind Tree. Then Nugatti.
Yep, Nugatti with a 39.295.
And I think I've got the next guy on here is a Tetra guy with 139.9. Is there anyone that's quicker than that? Apart from Nuggy?
There is actually another 30. It's actually Eclipse. I happen to miss him. He has a 39.7.
Ah, right, okay. Like I says, I don't know how many people's going to be in the streamed event, because we've only got, as far as I know, 19 people that are raced in this. But there you go. So we'll just wait for the admin or the stewards to sort out the qualifying times. As Slimmy Cam's just sliding his way in the gravel trap. And now going the wrong way. Now you'll notice there that these Super Formula cars do have the halo on the cars, and it's been a big discussion after what happened with the Grosjean accident. Were you a fan about the halo design on these cars, single seaters?
I'll admit it didn't look the best, and at first I think that there was probably a better way they could have designed it to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. But if it was in the name for safety of the drivers, especially after what happened to Jules Bianchi, I'm all for it. And we've seen now several times, in fact, but especially now after the Grosjean's nasty accident, that it almost certainly saved his life. So if it's there, it can cause any of the drivers to avoid any injury, let alone death. I'm all for it.
Yeah, any like head injuries or severe head injuries, it's I think it's probably put to bed after watching that Grosjean accident. It's probably put those comments and that to bed, that the Halo did definitely save Grosjean's life. So, you know, we're just thankful to see that Roman's still out, you know, out and about. What other ones can we talk about? Yes, these also have an overtake button, don't they? Which we didn't see in qualifying, but we will see them in the race. Now, you'll see like a green light above where the Halo is. When you see it
on
flashing, that means... Yeah, on the roll hook, that's it, yeah. And it will flash when people are using that overtake, don't they?
It is... I believe it turns... It'll flash when they're using it, and then when it's low, because they only have a certain amount for the entire race, it'll turn red.
Yeah. I don't know how many seconds they'll have it on, considering it's a 23-lap race. But we'll probably know from percentage-wise anyway, so... just checking to see if the times are up. Probably not.
Still waiting for them to be posted.
Yeah.
Still not quite sure on how the lobby allocation will be.
Yeah, I don't know too. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that.
Well, I see here in the Discord that they're all in the chat talking about it, so they're sorting things out as they go. So it shouldn't be too long before we start the race.
So while we're being on this little break here, like, what have you been doing since you've been, you know, hibernated away from the Discord server and some commentating, apart from racing in the AGC, obviously? But what else have you been doing?
Mostly outside of work and video games, outside of video games, just work, really. I recently got myself a promotion at my job, so I'm making a bit more money. I'm a bit more important now, so getting more time off of work's a bit harder, but, you know, got to put that grind in, got to make that bread. So I'm busy doing that, but as for what I'm doing in gaming lately, just the past couple of weeks, I've been really into Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just got some friends that I've been playing that with, and it's really pulled me in, and I've been enjoying it. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into Gran Turismo here, especially when GT7 drops, and especially when Season 5 starts.
Yes, which I said already in the stream that it will take place after Christmas, and again they're just finalising what dates there could be. Also, we've got next week will be the finale, which will be the 90 minutes at Le Mans. With they're using the GR1 cars, I think they were saying. So that's going to be entertaining to watch. 90 minutes. I'll have Rascal back in the booth with me, as this is just a one race only that we have got Lap back in the booth. And also, I know I keep mentioning this on the stream, but we are having a Rocket League tournament. When, I don't know. But we want more people to sign up or have more teams in. I think Lato's looking for a teammate, so you know, if you're interested in this Rocket League tournament, put your name in or get yourself involved in it, and in the ARC Discord server, which will be shown. The link will be in the description. And or if you want to participate for Season 5 as well, that's also there for you too. You have to go through a rookie race, and if the stewards deem you clean, then you are eligible to compete in whatever series you want to be in the ARC. As I just see Kofi just turning, having a big off through. Oh, that's a 130R. So yeah, still waiting for the times to pop up, or how many people that is going to be in. What lobby in there? What have you? Still no seed or anything yet.
Speaking of Season 5, looking forward at Season 5, are there any of these new drivers that we've seen in not only AJ Say, but here in the Flashback champs that you feel could be some perhaps underdogs or ringers for that championship?
Let me see. Let's have a look. Underdogs. I'm wondering if Stephen will compete in Season 5, because he could be a threat to the championship. Obviously, Alex is obviously going to be the favourite for it. Kofi's been getting better and better. Like Law, he's definitely has been. I'm trying to look else through the order too. Chris has been slowly, steadily improving too. You know, he finished runner-up in AGC. Trying to think who else could be in it. Chucky, hopefully if his connection and the servers is going to be better. Could see Chucky in there, in the mix. Lebomba's also been like Kofi and Law, has been getting quicker and quicker. So, you know, there could be like a handful of drivers that could be in within a shout. And I've spoke to Kobu too recently. He's hoping to get into Season 5 as well. So I hope for Kobu to come in there and drive his lovely faithful GTR. But I don't know. There's going to be like a handful of drivers that could take the crown if they want, you know, like in Lobby A or whatever. If it's going to be the same format as what it has been the last 2 seasons, it could be wide open. It could be very competitive, like we have seen in the AGC and on this in the Flashback series too. Like the Clio Cups at Brands Hatch. What a battle that was! So yeah, I think it's out in the open here, and many drivers could possibly win it. And I couldn't even call to pick a champion, anyways. At this rate.
It's definitely looking closer and closer. It's great to see a lot of people step up that we've seen in Lobby C's and Lobby B, step up to Tier A material, like we saw with Hallex in Season 4. He was champion in Season B, and then he won in Season A, or Lobby A in Season 4. Looking at this lobby right now, a driver I haven't seen a whole lot of, and is new to my eyes, is Trey Gamer, and he stepped up and was immediately on pace with Nuggy in these Super Formula cars. Now, I don't know if that's just him being really comfortable with this track or being really comfortable in these cars, but if he can find that kind of pace in his first outing here with ARC, he might be one to look out for come Season 5.
Indeed, and also we were hearing, like as I said before, I was hearing that Rascal could have been racing too, because I messaged Tedro guy saying he was racing for a reason, but he still showed up as well. But you know what he's racing like in AGC, he's just super fast, so he's also a threat as well.
Yeah, he is, and it definitely should be a pretty interesting season. I do know a little bit of behind the scenes stuff that I'm not at liberty to say, but it's definitely going to be an interesting season when it starts.
And hopefully but the main question is can it beat Season 4? That's because Season 4 really raised the bar compared to all the other seasons.
Of course it will. I'm in it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Tedro guy in the booth with me for Season 4, but it's gonna be a massive change what's gonna happen in Season 5. There's gonna be different graphics and what have you. Hopefully there'll be my hot lap videos will be back, I'm hoping. Probably not, but yeah, I think Season 5 should be really looking forward to it, and having Techno guy in the booth as well. I'm sure there's going to be loads of laughs knowing him, because he always like laughs at the end of every sentence.
Still waiting for the times to get posted here, but I do think the reason that there is a bit of a delay is they're trying to get more of the stewards in the Discord and more used to actually starting this stuff. So I believe that's what they're trying to do a little bit. That's why a little bit slow today, but the more people that get used to it, the better it is for everyone. So I think that's why we have a bit of a delay here, but it shouldn't be too long before we have the results for the start of round 4 here, the Flashback Champs.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's Inman on the pole, Steven second, Kofi third, and Law in fourth, if I can remember correctly. It's just a case of how many people's going to be in the streamed event, because I don't think it's going to be that many.
Just trying to see here. I don't think there's any penalties to be applied for this race. Everything looked to be just time penalties from the last round.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be penalties in qualifying after this, because there was a few moments there I caught on stream that could be deemed worthy penalty-wise for this. Yeah, still waiting for the yeah, we're still waiting here. Oh, dear me. What else can we talk about while we're waiting?
Did you happen to see the F1 race today? Because if the lads can race anything like they did today, it's going to be one hell of a race.
No, I didn't watch it. I'm more into BTCC than in Formula One, to be honest with you, but I did hear there was a very surprise winner.
Yeah, I'm not going to give any spoilers for anyone that hasn't quite seen it yet, should they've been practicing for this and are watching the stream, but if you get a chance to go and watch that race. It's quite a good one.
And about Mick Schumacher, father of Michael Schumacher, F2 champion.
Father of Michael Schumacher?
Did I say? What did I say?
You said father.
Oh, I did. He's father of Michael Schumacher.
No, he's the son.
Oh, he's the son. Yes, my bad. Well, yeah, I've fluffed that off there.
He's F2 champion. Good, congratulations to Mick Schumacher getting that seat for Haas in 2021. It should be going to have some big shoes to fill, filling the shoes of Kevin Magnussen and Romain Grosjean.
Yeah, indeed. And also his teammate's going to be Nikita Mazepin, who I don't think I'll rate anyways. So anyways, we've got the qualifying results are in. It looks like we're going to have 11 races in the streamed event. And it will be Inman, Stephen, Kofi, Law, Kevlaro, Trey Gamer, La Bomba, Hallex, Elite, Eclipse, Tetraguy, and Reno. Those are the 11 people. Then you've got Chrome Magna in 12th, Yageti 13th, Venom Snake, Chris, Whiteout Sean, Dive Bomb, Slimmy Cam, Wiley, and Daryl. Those drivers are going to compete in Lobby B. And that's going to be hosted by Wiley. So we're just heading into Halex's lobby.
Yeah, but everyone here in the lobby one is under the 1 minute 40 in times, with Reno being the last one to cut off, being 139.993. The gap between first and 11th, according to this, is 2.0. So that's not a lot at all, especially with these cars that have the push to pass on them.
Yeah, that is, yeah. I mean, this is a big track, though, isn't it? It's a long track too. So there we go. I think we're waiting for Chris to leave. Chris, you're supposed to be in lobby B. Chris, you have to pop off, unfortunately. Come on, off you go. Go on, Chris. Skedaddle. Oh, come on, Chris. Go! There you go. Good lad. Yeah, big shout out here to Trey Gamer there. You know, first time in ARC, and he's made the big shows there, you know, the main event. So good for Trey there. That'll be good for his confidence.
I will. It's a good coming from a North American perspective like myself. It's good to see another North American be up there with the pace of those guys.
Now, what's interested in here is what is Hallex going to do starting from the 8th position. I don't know what his challenges are, but that's a bit of a danger field starting mid-pack there with these cars being super quick, and you know with the downforce being so big around here, you know, Hallex has got to be very careful here.
Yeah, that's not a good spot to be starting in, right in the middle of the pack, especially with a turn one like this. Like we've seen many times, like Chili himself making that mistake going into turn one here. I believe it was season 2. It's not easy, especially with the turn one and then the S's afterwards and the Dunlop curves. It's going to be really tricky, and it's not until after the hairpin where everything basically really starts to define their groove.
So we're just waiting for Hallex to get this lobby going and get the first race underway. The first race will be 23 laps, and the second race will be the same grid order as results from the first race, but only it'll be 15 minutes. So it's going to be an out-and-out brawl for in the second race. Looking here at Law, and it looks like the Bomber's on the hard tyres. So I wonder if La Bomba's contract is saying that he has to race on hard tyres or on mediums. I don't know. I don't understand with the whole confusion thing, this whole thing. So I'm just going to shut up about this contract thing or whatever, and just talk about the race itself.
Well, it does look like Edmund's also on the hard tyre coming in here. So that might be his strategy here, trying to gain that extra money in his contract.
Yeah, as he is only 28,000 credits away from Law if he wants to regain the lead and then head into the finale at Le Mans, which will be showing next week. Oh, La Bomba's just hit the wall off Sector 2.
Got away with it though, no damage to that car.
Now let's have a look at Eclipse there. Just a plain white livery.
There's the French flag on the rear spoiler.
No, it's the Dutch. It's the Dutch.
Dutch, that's right. I've done it again.
His country again. Oh, goodness me.
In fairness, too many countries use red, white, and blue in their flag.
Oh, there we go. We need to learn geography with Lato. Trey Gamer comes out there. Again, thoroughly impressed there with Trey. La Bomba's just about to come out. He's going to race on the medium tyres. Now, I think, by my reckoning, the last time that we did this championship, they have to race 2 sets of tyres, don't they?
I think they do.
I think so.
I'm a bit fuzzy on the rules. It's been a while since Super Formula Championship for me.
Yeah, and for me too, yeah. Let's see what Stephen's livery is. Just a plain white one.
There you go. A lot in the chat does say they have to run 2 sets of tires.
Yeah. Okay then. So Stephen's sitting 3rd in the championship. So his rival is Law. Sorry, it is Inman. But Inman's starting on the pole, and Stephen will start alongside him on the front row. As they're just going for a stock check. Hopefully we'll get the cars all off the grid. I hope.
So I do see here it's also a rolling start, an automatic rolling start.
Oh, okay then. Oh, right, okay, yes. No, I thought that was for the 15-minute race. If I tried to think back too, I thought it was the 15-minute race they do the rolling start.
So it should be very interesting, and if anything, that's going to hurt Halleck's even more here.
Yeah, but the distance too, it's not going to be that big.
It's quite possible it might start him in the middle of the Casio Triangle, which is a big, big disadvantage.
Right, here we go. Oh, this is a stock check one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another question to ask you: who is going to get rogered?
I'm gonna have to bet La Bomba.
Oh, you're going for La Bomba. Ooh. Oh, I don't know who could be yet. There could be a few drivers that could be yet. What's Law in the pits for?
I don't know why that says he's in the pits. That's awfully weird.
Oh no, he's moving. No, he's okay. He's good. Is everyone all on the way? Looking Reno at the back. Looks like Reno's all good. Let's see where Halleck's is going to come out then. Anyways, he's just exiting the Casio Triangle. It's going to be like Techno Guy and Reno.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Reno is going to be at quite a disadvantage there.
Well, it looks like everyone's underway. No stucks happening, so we should be good to start this race. So let's see how everyone goes into Roger here. It looks like Trey getting a little rough there with the back of Bomba, even though the race hasn't actually started yet.
As well as Eclipse. Eclipse was actually past Halleck's, but he did use some of his overtake assist button too. So yeah.
One to watch out for might actually be Trey Gamer and how well he's actually going to try and move up through the field pretty early, because I think he's starting 7th overall.
Trey's starting 6th.
6th.
He's
so it looks
6th.
like he's looking pretty racy at the start of the race, and is going to look to make gain some positions at the start here.
We see Elite just coming back out onto the track. If you noticed there with that little stock check, we were talking about the overtake button there. What's that called again? What's it called again at the top?
The roll hoop?
That's it, the roll hoop. It was flashing green which means he's got like plenty of overtake. But if he has less, it will go to red, and then that's, you know, that's where you get to know. So, anyways, Teto has left. Why is that?
I don't know.
Hopefully, that's just a connection on his end. And oh, we're about to start the race in 5 minutes. Okay then. So more practicing for these drivers there, just to see what maybe what pit stop strategy they're going to do. Kevlaro's sideways off the hairpin, and La Bomba having the alley. I'm guessing he's a Jimmy Johnson fan with that livery.
He might be.
Yeah, I know Jimmy Johnson used that livery, that paint scheme for like all season. Trey Gaber, Kofi, and then you got Alex, Reno, Stephen, Law, Inman, and we're just waiting for the Phantom Man Tenor guy to return. So, then, thoughts on the first race? Who do you think will win?
Let me just make sure I grab up the correct starting grid here. Now, Inman starting on pole position is going to be one to watch out for, but if he's starting on the hard tires, that's going to be a hard one to maintain position at. And Steven, at least in my history of watching him, he's been hit or miss. He's definitely quick in qualifying, but I've seen him fall back a few times in the race. I think it might come down to Kofi or Law for the win.
Wow, okay then. I don't know who I could go for. I think we've seen Alex do some incredible drives, incredible performances. I think with these cars starting like 8th in the field, that could be a little bit too much for him. But I just think it's going to be like Inman or Steven, I reckon, for me. But we will see in 23 laps time who will, because Laro's known as the prediction master, because I think one season you got every driver correct, didn't you? Pretty much.
I believe so. I think it was in season 2.
Yeah.
Although I'm looking here and I see La Bomba is actually starting on the medium tires.
Yeah, I think someone else actually started on is going to start on mediums too. I'm sure it was.
I don't see anyone else on the mediums.
No
It doesn't
else.
look like
Yeah.
Inman's on the hards anymore.
No, he's just on the softs.
So perhaps La Bomba is the only one going for the alternate strategy here, trying to go for a longer first stint. He is starting in a good position to make it work.
Yeah.
I say that, but he's starting in 7th.
Seventh.
I was thinking he's more farther up. I was thinking back to the original qualifying order, but I mean, that's an interesting one to see.
And I don't know if we're still waiting for Techno to come back. Or has he joined the other lobby? I don't know. Said it again in the chat. Let me just bring that up. Seeing what Techno's saying here. Oh, he says family has decided to reset the internet. So I think Lobby A is going to be on hold for just a tad bit longer for Techno to come back.
A little unfortunate, but it happens sometimes, I guess.
Oh, moments happening at the hairpin there. Law must have got stuck on the tyre wall. And Inman goes through the pair of them. it's going to be interesting to see how the battle... Oh, La Bomba's spinning out the spoon curve. It's going to be interesting to see how Inman and Steven, because they've been pretty much been battling all season, as well as Alex, but obviously with Alex starting deep in the field and Inman and Steven starting on the front row, it's going to be so interesting to see who will come out on top between Inman and Steven, because they are rivals of each other. Inman's second and Steven is sitting third, so... And also you got Law.
Yeah, I was going to mention Law. He's also rivaling Inman, despite Law being at the top of the... excuse me, something just came up there, just having a look at it. Top of the leaderboards. He still does have a rival, with Inman being right behind him. So technically, Inman has 2 drivers that are rivaling him. So that could be playing into unfortunate hands for Inman, especially if he decides to go with that hard tire strategy.
I'm still looking here at Inman. He's still on the softs. As Techno has just joined us again. The internet's back on. And again here then looking at Tree and just... And the Kevlaro too. Kevlaro just always racing the black and yellow livery, which we've seen pretty much the entirety, as Alex is starting the final. So here we go. This is the first race, the 23 lap event, due by the ARC. So here we go then. This is the starting grid of the Flashback Series round 4, race number 1. And on the pole it will be Inman. Is he just turning his wheels then? That was interesting. So it'll be Inman, Steven, Kofi, Law, Kev, Trey, La Bomba, Hallex, Elite, Eclipse, Reno, and Techno. And it is an automatic rolling start.
If I'm not mistaken, shouldn't Techno be ahead of Reno?
Oh, he should have.
Yeah, Tech should be ahead of... So this might be another stuck check. I'm not too sure.
Oh, could be. Might... We'll just do the commentator anyways as it goes along. But anyway, so Inman leads the way. Then it'll be Steven. And now they all go to the middle of the track, go to the pit wall to try and break the toe. And then in towards Roger. Who's going to be unlucky to be Roger? Law makes a move to the inside of Kofi. Off of Roger. Now they're going to be side by side through the S-curve. Bit of lagging between each other. And Law's going to lose out. In fact, Law may have lost a couple. Oh, I think he's gone.
I think it's a stuck check.
Yeah, it's a stuck check. Okay. Yeah, it's a stuck check. Yeah. It was just when Nuggy was saying we're racing in 5 minutes, I thought that would have been it. But no, it is definitely a stuck check. Oh, it says that once Techno joins, we'll do a second stock check. Yeah, so again, yet again, my reading has got the better of me. Oh, and now Kofi's left the room.
I think Kofi's just going to do the reset cache and come back in because he said he was lagging. You say we're too busy, but I see you in the chat, man. I have it right here.
Yeah, what's been said in the chat? Because every time when I've been watching it on my YouTube, the screen freezes, so I don't know. So what's been said in the chat?
Not too much has been said in the chat. I do see Cavallaro did mention that this was stuck check too, but that was only a minute ago. So, but basically, it's just been Law and May, or Rascal and May talking about cookies. So.
Oh, hang on a minute. What type of cookies here? This is...
see, the scene about mentioning Oreo and Law mentioning that they have a kind of Oreo in Finland called Dominoes that are very similar to Oreo.
Interesting. Not even sign of what would a Jammy Dodger be? Would that be a cookie?
I can't say I'm familiar.
It's like an Oreo, but it's got like a lighter coloured, but it's got like maybe like strawberry jam in the middle of it. It's quite nice too. Right, so this is going
See,
to be another...
I like the
Oh,
I like the old classics. Give me a nice chocolate chip cookie, but I prefer it soft instead of crunchy.
I'll tell you what I've been eating. I don't know, do you have McVitie's in your country?
I don't think we do.
We got the classic caramel, and that's what I've been eating. That's oh, that's lovely. So I think we're going to go for one more stock check.
I have it here. Rascal says Jamie Dodgers are a low tier.
A low tier? Ah, that could be right there. What about the McVitie's classic caramel? What kind of tier is that? And why aren't you racing? I thought you were going to be racing there, Rascal.
Not quite sure, although I did say that's something to mention here about a train arriving, so Rascal might not be here for this.
Oh, if he's with Southern Rail, then that's just typical, isn't it? Because their trains are always running late.
Well, hopefully one final step check underway here. Looks like everyone is not quite in the right order, but I'm sure that'll be sorted out here by the time we actually start the race. And Rascal says McVitie's are mid-tier.
Then what's God tier in his one? Mind you, I don't believe what on earth he says, like, because he's never played the PS2. So, you know, whatever he says, I'm just not listening to him.
Well, there seems to be a bit of a mess at the back there. I'm not sure if that was perhaps the game being a bit weird there, but there's some drivers almost immediately as soon as they gain control of their car, it's veered off to the right-hand side of the road.
It looks like what may be all good. I hope we are. Hopefully we don't have that glitch again. I'm hoping. So, yeah, Kofi saying he was in the wrong position, but I mean, he just joined when he came back in, so he was going to be last anyways.
I'm sure Techno will get it all, or Alex,
yeah,
because we get it all sorted.
Yeah, he will. As he's just saying now. Just seen Eclipse making his way through the Dunlop and now into Degner. It's so easy to pick up a penalty there at Degner 1, that. Ooh, careful. Ooh, that was a little bit iffy. Exit there. Let's have a look then at La Bomba. He's just going around the wrong way at the start-finish line. Once again, this is taking a little bit longer than expected, so we do apologise for that, but we will get the race underway for the first race of two. In fact, we're going to get it started in about a couple of seconds, I reckon. And in fact, that is it now, so hopefully the order is all set. And let's see if we can have a good clean race with these drivers. So here we go, take two. It's the penultimate round, race one of the ARC Flashback Champs using the Super Formula Series, and it will be Inman on the pole, Stephen in second, Kofi third, Law, Kevlaro, Trey, La Bomba, Alex, Eclipse, Techno and Reno. That completes the 11 car field. It is an automatic rolling start. So whoever is in 11th place, unfortunately for Reno, he's going to lose out quite a little bit there because he's going to get going in the middle of the Casillo Triangle. And the cars are now underway. And then once the clock goes up, when you see the 3, 2, 1, and then we'll have the start of the race started, and away we go. And Inman looked like I had a bit of wheel spin on the start there. I wonder if you see any drivers using their overtake button already in on the start for the straight.
I do. Trey right now is using his overtake. Looks like Alex is immediately gaining that 7 positions ahead of La Bombonera, probably using a bit of his overtake to get that done. So immediately up 1 more position for Alex, doing exactly what he needed to get more of those cash money for the Raven West Motorsports.
Yep, he's already used about roughly 10% of that overtake. So Alex gained a spot already, nice and clean. They are through the snake curves, the S curves, sorry. Now into Ganku goes Rito, into Dunlop. And it is still Inman with the lead into Degner 1, already pulling out nearly a second advantage. Kofi all over the back of Stephen. Bit of a train for second place now with Alex just on the tail end of it there. Elite just goes off the gravel trap off Degner 2, so he's going to lose his 9th feed. He's down to last place as a result. But it looks like there's going to be an almighty scrap already for the second place, although Stephen looks like I was just about to say he's going to pull away from Kofi, but he's not. So it's a 6-car train for second place.
Just had a look through everyone's tires. It does look like La Bombonera is the only one starting on the medium tire.
Right, and on board then with Alex. Started 8th, he's up to 7th, and he's got Trey Gamer, the rookie. And again, he's using that overtake system. You can see that he's using some of it, and he's nearly down to about 75% just to try and catch up to Trey, the rookie, in this. Through the 130 now into the Casillo Triangle for the first time. But look at the train there. You've got there. Oh, and
Trey with a move. Trying to make a good move there on Kevlaro, but couldn't quite get it to stick.
And again, the guy using the overtake button. I think Trey may is using it as well, actually. No, he's not. Alex definitely using it. And he's going to pull out, going in to make a pass at Roger. No, he's not. So Trey's going to hold on to P6. And Alex stays in that 7th place. Meanwhile, Elite Eclipse there in 11th place after making a mistake at Degner 2. He's already used nearly 25% of his overtake. And Rito in 10th, followed by Tedwagai in 9th position. But Inman's gap is starting to close down a little bit now. Just less than a second he has over Stephen. But Stephen hasn't used his overtake just yet. Kofi in 3rd, Law 4th.
Looks like Trey was trying to size up a move there on Kevlaro, as looks like Law really slow at the exit of turn 11.
Yeah, I think Kevlaro may have got a little bit of a tap from the rear from Trey, and it caused Alex there to get into the back of Trey too. So sort of like a domino effect there on the exit of the hairpin. Now it's a spoon curve they go. Kevlaro.
Trey goes way wide.
Yeah, he just hit the AstroTurf and spins it. That's one of the problems here. You do not want to hit the Astro, because it will spin you around.
For the Techno Guy. Techno Guy, he makes contact with Techno Guy, and trying to see if there's any damage to his car. Unfortunately, there isn't.
Yeah, he just runs right at the spoon curve, gets into the Astro, tries to get back on the track, and around she goes, and then we'll see what happened with Techno. That's he just got under power. He just lost control of the power, and then got into Techno Guy, unfortunately. So Trey, the hard work there in qualifying has just gone up in ruins, as well as Techno's race too. And meanwhile, Eclipse has just passed Reno. That is for 8th place.
And it still looks like it's a close 3-car battle for that 4th spot between Law, Kevlaro, and Alex. Alex definitely using everything he can to try and get up as much time. He almost got half the overtake lap, so he's got to be careful, otherwise he's going to go through all of it before the end of the race.
Yeah, and I mean, there's only 19 laps to go too, so you've got to use your overtake buttons quite wisely here. He doesn't want to use it all, like you said. But looking at the back here at Law, Kevlaro all over the back of him. Now they're making their way to the hairpin, and you've got Alex there in that 6th place. Oh, Kevlaro's lost it nearly on the exit and through. That's a gift for Alex to go into P5. And now the next target is Law. Yeah, Kevlaro just got under power a bit too early on the exit of the hairpin, lost the rear, and like I said, it was a gift to Alex to go into 5th place.
We've seen this from Alex before. Sometimes doesn't always qualify the best, but he usually makes the most out of it, and he usually claws his way up the order.
Case in point at Monza, if you remember back then, he qualified 8th. And he was, well, he actually did win on to win the race, but he did pick up, unfortunately, a 5-second penalty, which was quite arguably one of the best races that we've ever seen. as Kevlado's now got a penalty, a 2.5 second penalty. He's got a better at the start finish straight here. And he may fall into the clutches of La Bomba. Let's see where La Bomba is. He's coming across. As I see now, a late Eclipse there, hugging the pit wall, trying to defend that 8th place from Reno. And now you've got the Trey Gamer. I think did he just get into the back of Techno Guy? I think he may have. Let's have a look at a replay then. It's right in the slipstream of Techno Guy, going into the first corner. Oh, he did. He just get into the back of him.
Still no damage to either car, though, it seems, so they're getting really lucky here. If Trey makes another mistake like that, he might not be so lucky next time.
Steven is all over the back of Inman as they're making their way to the hairpin now. Lap 4 out of 23. And I tell you what, Steven looks a bit more comfortable with these cars than Inman is. Inman is, his tyres there, even though they're on time 16, they're nearly down about 50%. And yeah, that's the problem we're having racing with these soft tyres with a huge amount of tyre wear. But it looks like to me, Steven has got the better tyre wear than Inman is.
That he does. Steven's looking so much better on his front tires than him, and even back behind him in that group. Long's currently leading that group, is looking also significantly worse on his front
look at
tire
the run.
wear.
Look at the run. He's getting at 130 out. He's going to be side by side, and through into the lead goes Steven. Inman backed off there. He just let him go by. He probably thought, yeah, it's just safe thing just to let him go by. And there you go. Meanwhile, further back, Law has managed to get by Kofi.
That he has, and I expect roughly within the next few laps we're going to see a lot of these drivers start to make their pit stops. They're roughly halfway, if not more than halfway, on this tire wear.
Oh, actually, Law actually passed Kofi when we were just checking back on the replay.
Oh, there's a spin. There was a spin at the exit. It was Eclipse. Eclipse spun at the exit of the Casio Triangle, is now falling all the way back to last place.
Here we go. He's all over the back of La Bomba Negra. And then... oh, he just got on the power just a bit too early yet again. Went into the kitty litter. And then gets back going again. And then we'd expect both Techno and Tree to go through. So, Elite's not having the best of runs so far. But it's still early days. There's 18 laps to go. And now Steven stretching his legs away from Inman. Oh, already a second ahead. Law is still having battling that free car battle with Kofi and Hallex there. Ooh, and Kofi got into the back of him.
I was just about to mention Kofi ran into the back of Law, but you can just see Law's front tires that's really going to hurt his braking, especially in the zones like turn 11, that hairpin there. His front tires are so worn.
They're going to have to pit. I'm reckoning this could be a 4-stop strategy race here, I reckon, because Law and Inman both have to pit. I'm wondering what Kofi's tyres are like. Kofi's tyres are pretty decent, as well as Hallex's, so I would expect Inman and Law to be pitting this time by, because their front tyres have completely fallen off the cliff.
What's surprising to me is I'm just comparing the tire wear between La Bomba and Reno. La Bomba on the medium tires and Reno on the soft tires. And Reno has better front tire wear on the soft tires than La Bomba does on the mediums.
Oh, La Bomba tried to defend 7th place from Reno. That's going to compromise him through the Casio Triangle as the leaders.
In the pits.
Everyone is in, yeah. I was just about to say Kofi and Inman. Inman's gone onto the medium tires. But La Bomba and Reno will stay out. Inman's doing another Steven's doing another stint on those soft tyres, whereas Inman is getting the medium tyres out the way. Hallex is yet to pit.
Yeah, he stayed out, which seems like a bad idea to me, especially with how worn those soft tires are. Unless he feels like he still has pace from that car, that might be a bad idea. The undercut here could be huge.
Yeah, so this could be a painful lap here for Alex. He's got to produce a qualifying lap on those heavily worn tyres, otherwise he's going to lose a lot more time to Kofi and Law, which actually Kofi came out ahead of Law. I'm guessing that will probably be because of fuel. They've added more fuel in, but Kofi's on the medium tyres. Law is on the soft tyres and makes a way through at Degna 2. Didn't get it done.
That's a ballsy move there from Law, trying to find a way through on the inside of Degna 2. That's not an easy one to make work. As we look back behind, looks like La Bomba Negra goes up the inside of Reno for, I believe that was second last place for 9th there. They're still fighting on the exit of the corner. They're still side by side. Yeah,
both of them have yet to pit, but La Bomba is on the medium tyres. Trey will probably pit this time by. And up into P8 goes Trey after making that little mistake on lap 2. I wouldn't say little mistake, it was quite a big mistake. So Stephen, gap now 2 seconds, but Inman is on the medium tyres and he's got a 3-second advantage over Alex, who definitely has to pit this time by. And then you got Kevlaro, who is defending that 4th place and nearly puts Kofi on the ass. After 3 abreast in the Casillo in the middle of the corner, and Kevlaro is going to stay out and do another lap. That might be silly there. Alex has gone into the pits. Now I'm wondering where Alex is going to come out. Will he come out ahead of Law and Kofi? And the answer to me,
he's side by side. No, he's not. He has not come out ahead. In fact, he comes out right ahead of Kevlaro.
And he needed to be just ahead of Kevlaro because he would have held him up a hell of a lot more.
And Kevlaro really trying to make this soft strategy last as long as he can. But you could just see through this first sector here at Suzuka how much time he's losing.
Kofi
but
now
Alex actually hasn't lost that much time, and now he's on the fresh set of soft tires.
He's using his overtakes.
Oh, one. Ooh, that's close.
That was super close there. He was using his overtake button too. On the outside of deck, the one, that would have been a brave pass to make that stick there. But Alex, fair play for trying. And this could be a good thing for Alex too, because he's got a lap fresher tyres than Law and Kofi has.
That he does, and he's right on them. Law ahead of him on the soft tires, and Kofi on the mediums, and I believe it's Inman ahead of them on the mediums. So this is a really close battle, and how the pit stops are going to play out is really going to affect everything as Alex another late lunge on the inside of Law. The eggs are a spoon.
And now Alex is down to 50% on his overtake button. He's actually just using some of it more, just a little bit. And again, defensive going into 130R on the backstretch. Again, using the overtake system. Yet again, using the overtake button. Nearly clips a couple of wheels on the grass. Now goes to the outside of the Casillo triangle on Law. He's going to have the inside for that. And that's a nice pass. Up into P4 and shuts the door on Law's face. So that is a good pass from Alex.
Alex reminding everyone why he's the Season 4 champion. Started up in 8th place and is already up into 4th on merit alone.
And Kevlaro makes his pit stop. God, those tyres are looking very worse for wear, especially in the front. That's nearly down about 25%. He's going to fall all the way down to last place because he pitted out roughly 2 laps later. And he just comes out just ahead of Tree in 11th. But Kev is on those medium tyres, as well as Tree, the bomber, in 9th. But he's got to be pitting this time by because his medium tyres are looking very worse for wear. Elite Eclipse in 8th, who was still on another set on the soft tyres, as well as Techno Guy. And let's have a look again at this battle for third place. And Alex is closing on the back of Kofi.
I'm just having a look through everyone's fuel and their overtake wear, and right now it looks like Inman's looking better than everyone else on fuel within that top 7. But Steven's got almost an extra 25% left of his overtake.
Look at Alex trying to go around the outside at 200R on Kofi. I tell you what, Alex is trying to find any which way a move you can try and find. Try and go for the gap where there isn't a car there. So again, Alex is really looking racy here, and again gets a great run here, using some of the overtake button, and up into the 3rd position goes Alex from 8th already now into 3rd place.
But it's almost 7.5 second gap, and even 10.5 seconds all the way to Steven in 1st. So he's going to have a lot of ground to make up here, and he's already using his soft tires to do it.
And he's using nearly out again. He's probably down to about 30% of his overtake king here. We're not even past halfway. So I wonder what the gap is going to be with Inman and Alex now, since Inman is on the medium tyres. If the gap will, well, the gap will surely close. But now Alex is free. How much is he going to close on Inman when they make their 2nd pit stop?
I'm just looking here. Reno is finally making his 1st pit stop.
Side by side, Debitry, Trey and Kevlaro, and through into P8 goes Trey. So nice pass there on Trey. Reno comes out of the pits. Who was that? La Bomba. Looks like he's putting fuel all the way to the top, I reckon. No. 2-minute free. So I'm thinking, I'm wondering, there's yellow flags that have been waved. I wonder if La Bomba actually went off, because he's falling way behind now.
There's a yellow flag.
Someone spun it. That was a Dunlop.
It was Eclipse. That's Eclipse. That's Eclipse at Dunlop. I think it was Eclipse at Dunlop. He spun.
So there we go then. This is Ganku trying to get by 6th place Techno Guy, and just ran wide and then off into the gravel, and around she goes. Did well not to hit the wall or anything, so good job there. So Eclipse there still struggling, but still holding on to that 9th place.
Back at the front, Stevens opened up his gap to almost over 4 seconds. Inman actually now has lost a lot of almost 2 seconds to Hallex, who's in third. So Hallex closing up 2.5 seconds in these last few laps.
Yeah, Hallex is definitely, in the words of Lasco, he's actually set the fastest lap of anyone now. With a 1:38.837. In Lasco's words, Hallex is on a mission. Kofi in fourth and then Law in fifth. But Law's soft tyres are, again, they're probably about 50% on the front tyres. So he's going to probably make another pit stop, I reckon, on lap 12, I want to say.
It's possible, but looking at Hallex's fuel wear, he might actually have to pit this next time around. He almost has no fuel left in the car, while some of the other cars around him almost have, like Inman ahead of him has like 25% fuel left in his car.
Yeah, he's going to be flashing red sometime soon. So, I mean, Hallex, again, driving his heart out here. And he is still, it's actually right on board then with Hallex. And he'll just see that little speck just ahead. That is his teammate Inman. Right ahead of him. And the gap with Hallex to Steven is 8.5 seconds. I did see it as 11 seconds. Now he's flashing red, so he's got to be putting this time by. So I'm wondering, did he... I mean, Hallex could have got on for like a couple more laps, but I'm wondering if he underfueled.
I think he did, really, to gain that extra pace on Law ahead of him. That's probably why he came out so closely to Law and Kofi in that pit stop.
Let's have a look then at Techno Guy. Just racing pretty much by himself. He's got to be pitting this time by, as Steven does come into the pits. So I'm wondering if Hallex will jump suit too, or is Inman's going to stay out because he is on the medium tyres. So Inman will retake the lead. Hallex has got 6% less than Steven has on terms of fuel wear. Kofi stays out. And there out goes Inman, and he's back. He's doing another set of soft tyres. And he's going to be side by side with Kofi going into Rogered.
But he holds the position. That was a good job by Steven, especially on those cold tires, to hold that position going into turn one.
And Hallex is using those medium tyres now, so he's getting that stint out the way. So Inman in the lead, who's yet to make a second stop. I think someone else was pitted in. That might have been Reno, I want to say. No, it was Techno Guy. It was Techno. And he's also on the medium tyres too.
Up at the front, Inman's gap roughly 5 seconds, but it's falling pretty fast, especially now that Steven's got a fresh set of soft tires on that car.
But more importantly though, Inman has already done his stint on those mediums, whereas Steven has got yet to make that medium stint yet. So this race is not over just yet there. Kofi in third, and he's also got his medium tyres out the way. Looking here at Hallex as well in fourth place. He's also on those medium tyres. Law on the soft tyres. I can't mind, was his second stint was on the mediums, was it? Or was it on the softs?
I think he hasn't used the mediums yet, Law.
No, look at his lap times, it's a low 40, so no, I don't think he has yet. Trey in sixth position, Kevlaro in seventh. Inman's in. Inman is in.
So that's his medium stint done, so he can go on the soft tires and fuel up and race. He's now passed by Steven. Where's he going to come out compared to Hallex? That's the question.
Hallex is on those medium tyres. I wonder, yeah, I think Inman will come out ahead. Oh, maybe side by side. It's going to be very close. No, it's not. It's nothing. Yeah, Inman's going to come out ahead.
Gain a lot of time. A lot of time, though, getting there by Hallex. Almost, he cut that gap down. What was, I want to say, 3 seconds before he made the pit stop. Is now under 1 second.
But that gap will rise now because Inman's on the faster tyre than Hallex. As we're just about halfway through this race, so we'll give you a rundown at the moment. Steven in the lead, Inman second, Hallex third, Law in fourth, Kofi in fifth. Which is quite surprising. He's going for another set on those medium tyres. That's quite interesting. Sixth is Kevlaro, Techno Guy 7th, Trey 8th, Reno 9th, La Bomba 10th, and Eclipse in 11th place. But he's had a couple of moments in the race as well. But that's quite interesting to see that Kofi's going for another stint on those medium tyres.
Maybe he feels that he can get enough pace in those medium tires that it's not that big of a deficit. I'm just on board with Trey Gamer right now as he tries to go around the outside of Techno Guy into the turn 11 hairpin. Can he get it done?
He'll have the speed off the corner.
Tires, and he's got it.
Yeah, Techno Guy got a bit loosey-goosey from the rear. And nice pass there from Trey. Nice. Up to P7 then for the rookie.
Now, Trey, after making that mistake earlier on in the race, he's done a great job to climb his way all the way back up through the ranks. Looking at his fastest lap, it's a 39.7, which is almost only on the second off of what Hallex has done. But we consider what Hallex is up in third right now, not that far back off the Inman, and still the gap between him and Steven is basically the same as what it was before they made their pit stops. That's not a bad showing from Trey, especially now that Kevlaro ahead of him has to make a pit stop.
Yeah, it's a solid showing this here from Trey. Yeah, like you said there, Kevlaro makes his pit stop, as you said. Wonder if he's going to go into the soft tyres. So that's going to enable Trey to go into P6. Possibly. I think he will come out just ahead of Kev. Yeah, indeed he does. I think Tedder will come out ahead of Kev, maybe. No, Kev will just come out just ahead of Techno, sorry.
Just on board with Inman right now. He currently has a purple sector on those soft tires, so definitely starting to find the groove of that car again.
Yeah, I think this race is going to be interesting to see, because with Inman getting his medium tyres out the way, Hallex is getting his medium tyres out the way, and Steven is yet to race on the medium tyres, so the top three separate by just about 11 seconds. That's nothing compared yet. But we're coming up with 10 laps to go. It's going to be interesting to see what Steven is going to do. Is he going to make this next pit stop? Will he go into the medium tyres, or will he make his last stint on those medium tyres? In fact, well, actually, his last pit stop will be... Ooh, I don't know. One lap time. 1 lap 14 now, so we've got 10 laps to go. And he's got 25% fuel, so I reckon he's got maybe 2 laps left on those tyres, I reckon, and then maybe go to the mediums.
That's possible. He also has way more overtake than the cars behind him, so he has all that overtake to make up all the time he would lose jumping to those medium tires.
Looking here at Kofi, he's still keeping Law Honesty in that 4th place. Riding on board then with Kofi, making his way through the S-curves. Oh, just clips a couple of wheels on going into Dunlop. Gotta be careful, he's not going to do too much of that. Now into Degner 1. And then into Degner 2. He is starting to catch up on Law, but I think Law might be on 1 softs. Yes, indeed he is. So we could have another battle shaping up between Law and Kofi for the 4th position. Law is nearly just over 5.5 seconds more better than Law. But Inman definitely pulled it away from Hallex. Over 4 seconds he has now, and he's using his overtake button. Yeah, so he's less than 50%. Steven has got just about 55% left of his overtake, but he will possibly pit next time by to go into the medium tyres. The gap is slowly coming down now. I just noticed there too that Inman has set the fastest lap of the race, so 1:38.702, which he did on the last lap, so he is starting to hunt down Steven.
Another thing to know is that Steven will have to pit before Inman. Whether or not the undercut will help him in that scenario, I'm not quite sure, but he also has that overtake to gain back that time, or even before he makes a pit stop to really get that one fast in lap.
Oh, this is going to be quite an exciting finish, I have to say. This could be quite interesting. Hallex should be pitting... Ooh, that's going to be... I'm wondering if Hallex is actually fuel saving, because... Look at it though, looking at the fuel, he's probably down to about 12% of fuel left, and if he's going to be pitting in and go back to the soft tyres, he could have to do maybe 7 laps worth of those soft tyres.
Just watching Law and Kofi right now, and they're within half a second of each other, but Law will have to make his pit stop this time by.
Trey still holding on that 6th place. Then Kev in 7th, Rito in 8th, Techno in 9th, and the Bomber rounds out your top 10. And still Elite Eclipse in 11th place. I think he must have had a bit of an off there because his last 2 times have been in the 50s, unless he has pitted. Well, we did. Right, then let's see what the cap is now. Stephen will make his way into the pits and possibly go on to those medium tyres. And Inman is going to stay out and do another lap. What will Hallex do? Is he going to come in now? In fact, his Hallex has gone off.
Has he?
He lost a chunk of time. I swear down, he must have lost a chunk of time on Inman.
Well, it's going to be kind of close. He comes out 43% fuel in his car. It looks like he's out behind Kofi by about 7 seconds, so I'm not sure what the pit delta was. That's about a 157 he made on that last lap with a pit stop, considering last time he made a pit stop was a 154, so...
Yeah, I'm thinking Hallex has made a moment, unless he was fuel saving. And now, if he's going to go the rest of the way, he's just got about less than 50% of fuel left. Is that good enough to go on for 7 laps? Or was he going to go for another pit stop?
That's going to be rather close.
What's the gap then between Stephen and Hallex? And Stephen is going on the medium tyres, sorry, on the soft tyres. So he's opting to go for the medium stint is the last one. But he has to, I'm hoping he does know that he has to change to the medium tyres.
He should know. I believe that the rules have been fairly similar throughout most of this championship, so he should know he has to switch. Right now I'm just watching Trey Gamer catch right up to the back of Law. Law now on the medium tires, Trey on a fresh set of softs and on a lighter car. So Trey might work his way back up into the top 5 here.
He's using his overtake button then. He is within slipstream distance then of Law. Into 130R now, lap 16 out of 23. The leaders will make their way into lap 17. Inman staying out for yet another lap. Stephen in 2nd, Kofi in 3rd. And then you got this battle here. And again, Trey using the overtake. He's got 50% left now. And he's getting ever so closer to the back of Law as they're going in towards Roger now. Law kicking up a bit of grass. Trey's got to be careful here. Show that bit of patience here, Trey. He's all over the back of Law's rear ring now as they go through to the S-curves. That's turn 3 into 4 into 5, then to Ganku.
He's got to be real careful here. Getting that close to the car in front of him is really going to unload that front end of that car. That dirty air, he'll definitely be feeling it.
He's going to get a great run through Dunlop. And Law, ooh, there was a little touch. Not too much though. Now it's a Degner 2. Using his overtake. I think he's going to set up a pass here at the hairpin. He's going to set a pass up. Gets into him!
He steals the inside. He's got the better tires though, but he gives them back the position. But the more they fight, the more Kev Laurel behind them is going to catch up to him. He's only 2.2 back now.
Indeed he is, and but he has to pit though because he is running on fumes at the moment, so Kev will have to make a pit stop this time by, as well as Inman, and the gap between Inman to Stephen is less than a second now, as Inman will make possibly his final pit stop, but I'm guessing Stephen has to make another stop.
The Trey's trying to go up the inside of Law through 130R. They're still side by side heading towards the capsule triangle. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? It looks like it's going to be Law, and he'll hold on to that position.
Yeah, good battle there between Law and Trey. Again, Law is the championship leader. Trey, the new guy, he's just giving Law a bit of a handful here for this position.
Trey's on the better tires. We're having such a hard time finding his way by, but there you go. There's the overtake by. On the inside, has got the better tires, and he's through. But you can see now, Law on that roll hoop. It's now red. He's now under 25% left of that overtake button.
And now Inman comes out in that 3rd spot, but now the two Raven West boys are sitting 2nd and 3rd. The gap between Hallex and Stephen is 12 seconds. But Inman, I don't think Inman needs to pit. I think Inman's good to go. Stephen and Hallex have got to pit again.
He's got 13 seconds to Steven in front of him, but Steven on the soft tires, they're warm, but he's got a later car. It's going to be close. It's going to depend on how much Steven actually needs to stay in the pit for.
Impressive first lap there for Trey there, because he's purple in sector 1. He's the fastest of anyone at the moment.
But he will need to pit again. I don't think he's got enough fuel in that car.
No, he will definitely have to pit again. Law now onto the medium tyres. Kofi is still again on those medium tyres. And is gaining a little bit again on Law. So making away through Spoon Kevlaro out in 7th. 6 seconds ahead of Reno. And he got Tendo Guy in 9th.
Looks like there's a battle between Hallex and Inman for second place. Looks like Inman to the inside, and he's through.
I wonder if that's team orders they're coming into play as they are teammates.
I mean, you can see the difference on the roll hoop, how Hallex, actually he hasn't crossed the line, Hallex, yeah, he still has green on his roll hoop, whereas Inman, red. He's got under 25% on that overtake left. And the more they fight, the more that falls into Steven's hands. He's going to grow that gap back up, and that's going to give him that pit buffer that he needs.
Trey Game has gone into the pits from 4th position, so that's allowed Law and Kofi to get ahead. And Kevlaro too, and that instinct's possible. No, Trey's going to come out way ahead of him. And out he comes there. So he's got a 10-second deficit now as Reno will make his final pit stop. He's got all those medium tyres out of the way. And now the gap between Steven to Inman is coming down. 11 seconds to go with 5 laps remaining in the first race.
You know, it's going to be rather close for Law. Looking at his fuel level, I'm not sure if he'll have enough. It might be right on the line.
Oh, do you know, I don't think he's got enough fuel to go in. I think he may have to stop again. Unless if he heavily fuel saves, but then he's going to compromise 4th place because Kofi will get by and possibly Trey Game or 2 in that instincts.
And he doesn't have a lot of the overtake left to make up for what he needs in fuel saving.
Neither does Trey too, but he's actually less than 25%, but he's still on green. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's down to about 10% when he's flashing on red, I reckon. Let's see what Inman's one's like. No, Inman's about, I think it's roughly about 20%, I'd say, when you're flashing red. And I think Hallex is now flashing red too, which indeed he is. And Hallex is coming in.
This should be his final stop. Will he change tires? He will change tires. Gonna put some more fuel in the car to make it to the end of the race. Just a short splash of fuel and it'll be out. Will he come out ahead of Law?
Law's come in. Law's gone in.
So Law's coming. So where's Kofi? He's right in front of Kofi.
He's going to come out just ahead. So he's going to hold on to that 3rd place. Kofi all over the back now. But it's got to be what is Steven going to be doing now? He hasn't done those medium tyres. Inman could be good enough here to win the first race.
He might, but he still needs to make that pit stop. He's got a few laps to go. 11 seconds, is that enough of a buffer? Everyone else making pit stops seems to be anywhere between 13 to 15 seconds. I don't know if it'll be enough.
Oh no, but Steven's pitting this time by. He's flashing.
But he might be betting on the fact that his fresher tires will allow him to catch up to the back of Inman, because Inman should gain the position here, just based on how much time they spend in the pit lane.
Oh, so this is going to be interesting here. Coming to go then with 3 laps to go. Steven will make his final pit stop. Law out in 6th position. And now he's gone back to the soft tyres. Tree 2 as well for that matter. And there we go. Steven is in. Now where is Inman? He's just entering the Casillo triangle. So I think Hallex is out for the win. I think 3rd's probably going to be the best that Hallex is going to do, which is still some going from 8th to 3rd. Now Steven's onto the medium tyres. Where is Inman? And
he's far enough back.
He's far enough back, yeah, indeed. Kofi's in the pits.
Makes the stop. Why would Kofi? He should be good to go to the end. He's making a dash for soft tires.
Yeah, that's he's got plenty of fuel in. That's quite interesting.
Maybe. How long was he? He did about a lap on the mediums, I think. Looking at the chart on the right side. He still comes out in 4th place, but Trey Gamer 5th is within 2 seconds behind him. He's on the soft tires, so it's going to be rather close.
And fair shout to Trey Gamer, set the fastest lap of the race at 1:37.9.
that he has with 2 laps to go, and Inman is within 1.5 seconds of Steven for the lead. Alex was purple. He was purple, and now he's just had a personal best while in 3rd. So he's definitely pushing the car to try and close up. Kofi's in 4th, trying to hold off Trey Gamer behind him, and then we see Law even behind him. So this race is winding down, coming to what could be a very climactic finish.
Gap is just increasing now with Steven and Inman, going up to about
Inman's
2 seconds.
Tires are just, I think his tires are just too far gone.
Yeah, I think they may have. And he's pushing his overtake button yet again, but I think Steven may have got this one in the bag, I reckon.
I think he should. Those medium tires will last way better than those soft tires at this point, and the gap is just only going to increase from here on out. But Alex, 7.6 seconds, the gap between him and Inman, and unless Inman really starts to fall off that cliff, I think Alex is pretty much locked in for 3rd.
Let's see what's going on there for the battle for 4th. Kofi looks like he's just increasing the gap from Trey, and then you got Law in 6th. And then Kevlaro's also there in 7th place. He's only 3.5 seconds adrift from Law. Reno, quite a distant 20 seconds away from Kev. But he's actually set his best lap there of 1:38.7, so good going from Reno. Techno guy in 9th. Nabomba 10th and Elite in 11th place. A minute and 13 seconds away from the leader, Steven.
You know, fair play to Steven. He's done an absolute awesome job managing the race, for not only from the very start, but all the way through the pit stops, got the strategy quite right, and now he's just opening up the gap to Inman. So fair play to Steven. I get the absolute most out of this race.
What is the gap now between Inman to Alex? 5.8 seconds. And how much overtake? Alex has got a teensy bit more overtake button more than what Inman is. In fact, Alex has now set the best lap now, the fast lap, 1:37.802.
You say that, but I was just watching Kofi as he crossed that first sector, or the second sector split, and he was purple, so Kofi might be one to take the fastest lap here.
Fastest lap changing every lap at the moment. Where so it was great Train, then Inman, Alex. I think Steven had a stint being the fastest lap.
It looks like someone had a bit of an issue going into that last corner. It was Eclipse who spun it on the start, almost right before the start finish line. And
he's come to rest on the exit of the Castillo Triangle, so let's have a look. It's just a bit of a struggle fish for Elite. I think he's actually just retired.
I think he has.
Yeah, he's just retired there. So I think he's going to start last place at the second race as well into the last lap. Steven at 5 seconds now ahead of Inman. And then Inman, the gap between himself to his teammate Alex, 4.6 seconds.
And that's dropping, but I don't think he's going to gain 4 seconds in one lap, though. He is closing.
Not unless if it's like a Herculean effort of Inman slips up, which he hasn't done the entirety of this race. But again, big shout out as well here to Train. Made that little mistake on the second lap where going off at Spoon Cap, but you know, top 5 finish here in this first ARC race, that's pretty some going.
I have it here. Eclipse says that mid-race his real rotation went from 270 degrees to 1080 degrees.
That's quite exact there, so but unfortunate for Eclipse though, but we will see him in race 2, but unfortunately he's going to start at the back of the field as Steven makes his way through the spook curve for the last time in race 1, pretty much using all of the overtakes button. Now he is out of overtakes. As you can see, his
fair play to Alex. Just looking at the gap between him and Inman, he's gained 2 seconds in this one lap.
I tell you what, if there was like another lap, well, actually saying that, look at Alex's fuel. There's nothing left in it. But try as he might, and fair play to Alex, he's trying, but it's not going to be enough though.
Steven.
Yeah, fair play to Steven. He's going to win the first race and he'll start on the pole for race 2 for the 15-minute dash. Second will be Inman, as those soft tyres just lasted there. Inman will finish in 3rd place. Then we wait for Kofi to finish in 4th position. Nice effort there from Kofi. And then Trey Gamer, if only he didn't make that mistake though on the second lap, he could have been higher up. But anyway, 5th place, solid effort from him. Kevlaro's passed Law.
He has. So Law might have had an off somewhere around Spoon, because Law's now fallen down to 7th.
It must have been on the last lap, because he was 8 seconds slower than the last lap. So Law made a mistake, yeah. So Kevlaro's finished 6th place, Law 7th. And Reno, from starting 11th on the field, he will finish a creditable 8th. Solid effort that from Reno. Good job to him. Tedro Guy will come across the line in 9th. just making his way through the chicane for the last time. And here he comes, up against the pit wall to finish in 9th place. La Bomba Negra in 10th position. And that's the lot there. And also Eclipse, unfortunately, retired. So there you go. End of the first race there. What do you think of that then?
That was a pretty good race. If this sprint race is going to be anything to go by, it's just going to even be pretty exciting in itself.
Indeed. So congratulations then to Stephen. Gains a bit more on Inman in terms of the total earnings. And yeah, some great drives there, especially from Alex, from Ray, and from Trey too. Great recovery from Trey to finish in 5th place. Trey just apologised there to Techno and to Law too. We saw the Techno guy incident, but there you go.
Yeah, what could have been for Trey Gamer had he not made that mistake early on? He definitely had the pace to close back up through the field all the way to 5th place. So perhaps in the sprint race, he could possibly be setting a foot on that podium if he can really get that lap together.
Now I forget, is this a standing start for the second race, or is it the same?
I'm not sure.
Again, it's been that long ago since we did the Super Formula Series. It's completely gone out of our minds.
And let's talk about Law for a bit. What was a pretty good start for him. Let's kind of get the table up here, see where he started. Law started up at
third,
he started
wasn't
fourth.
It? Fourth.
He started 4th and fell all the way back down to 7th. And I don't know what his sponsors want this race, but I don't think it's that.
No, definitely not there. And that's going to compromise himself to the championship too, considering that Inman and Stephen did finish way ahead of him. So we could see a change for the championship lead going into the finale at Le Mans. But also to compromise on that, Stephen's going to start first in the second race, and Inman's going to start second, while Law's going to start in 7th. So he's going to be in pretty much in the danger zone here for the second race, which is only going to be 15 minutes. So Law's got to get a move on here if he needs to work his way up and hold on to that championship lead going into Le Mans next week. But again, typical though from Alex there. He tried his might to the end, didn't he? You know, started 8th, finishing in 3rd place, and tried to catch up to Inman, but it was just, you know, too late.
Yeah, it is a grid base start now.
Oh, it is. So, oh, there was a bit of a glitch. So I would imagine possibly a 1 pit stop.
Or possibly that 4 times tire wear could make it very interesting. It's a sprint race. 15-minute sprint race. I can imagine a 1-stop strategy.
And again, it's a changing tyres, is it? Do they have to change tyres again?
I believe they would.
Right then, so anyway, we're looking here at Kofi, just making his way again through there. Nice effort from Kofi, finishing 4th in the first race. So therefore he's going to start 4th in the... Oh, he's disappeared. Anyway, we're going to see Elite. Hopefully he'll do better in the second race. But he's got nothing to lose, starting from dead last in the field, and out goes Stephen. He's got to be feeling pretty confident after the first race. And then there's Kevlaro, who's going to start 6th in race 2.
Just looking at the championship standings right now, Stephen was sitting in 3rd with $472,000. I think if he wins this race as well, as he's starting on the pole position, that could be a really good money haul for him, especially come the standings.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Because he's definitely being Inman, so he got that rival bonus. And I think it's just going to come down to what his sponsor bonus is.
But again, for that, we do not know. So, So
I have it here from Alex. He says that no, it'll be a no stop race, or no restrictions on tires. So softs all the way.
So I've just noticed that. Yeah, so I did notice that La Bomba was going to start on the mediums, but he's gone to the softs, so that's okay. I reckon this is going to be like an end of season bash here. I reckon.
The old F2 sprint race.
Yes, this is going to be interesting. And why it's going to be interesting what Trey's going to be doing from the 5th position.
Trey did seem really racy, and he gained up a lot of spots, not necessarily just by passing people, but also on strategy. So he's starting at a good spot. We know he's going to, at the grid start, it's going to depend on who can get the good jump off the line and how they're going to use that overtake button. As we see there, it looked like Eclipse trying to practice his standing start.
And nearly comes out right in front of Trey. Looking here then at Reno. We didn't see a lot of him in the first race, but a nice solid effort for Reno to finish in 8th place from starting in 11th. So
I have
Reno,
I have it here in the chat that Steven's sponsor objective was to win Lobby 1.
Oh, well, there you go. That's more money. Oh, careful, Reno.
It's going to be really close in the championship going into the round 4, or round 5, I should say.
Yes, the 90-minute endurance race at Le Mans. Could be a little bit of a problem there, saying the grid is wrong. I wonder what that could be. Who's our position?
Well, it should be based on previous results.
Which should be Stephen, Inman, Alex, Kofi, Tree, Kevlaro, Law, Rido, Techno, La Bomba, and Eclipse, if my memory's correct. This is a big race here for Law. Starting 7th in the field. This has got to be a must-win race here for Law. I think Tree's also practicing his starts there too. Oh, he's trying it again. Normally in proper motor racing, this is not allowed, but in this, that's perfectly fine. So then, who's your money on then for the second race?
Well, it's an all-out push to the end, and it's going to be hard to deny Alex's pace. It's just, he has that absolute raw pace, and now the strategy isn't really a factor in this. It's a straight push to the end. I'm going to have to go with Alex.
Yeah, that's a bit of a fair shout, that, to be honest with you. I'd probably say Alex too. Well, the chat, what's the chat been saying then?
Well, I have here that says Mateo says Crow won in Lobby B.
Okay, that's good for Crow, because he's quite high up in the points there too. La Bomba's has unfortunately left the room. Hopefully we'll get him back very soon. So that's also very good for Crow's chances. Because I think he came into this in the top 10, I reckon. Kofi taking the 200 up a little bit differently. La Bomba's back in, that's good. Did he also say where the others finished is in that second race, like who for the second or third?
I do not. All I have here was that Crow was the winner of Lobby 2.
Ah, okay then. Just checking what Kofi's doing. He's just exploring different tarmac here and doing donuts, killing his engine in the process. and Trey's probably watching him thinking, what the fudge is he doing?
Looks like everyone's on the soft tire, so it should just be an all-out sprint race to the end here once we get started.
Oh, yep, it's going to be an all-out brawl. As Alex is signalling that we are going to start very soon. Oh yes, of course, if La Bomba gets stuck, then yes, because we had that problem. I think it was I don't know if he had that problem with Tetro Guy, because he was caught napping on the start last week at St. Croix, and unless he got stuck, I'm not too sure. Right, so we're just about to get the second race then starting, I hope. Here comes La Bomba, here we go, yep.
Should be about to start any moment now.
La Bomba wants to make his presence known here at the Spoon Curve car park. Kofi's still doing donuts in the gravel. La Bomba wants to follow suit. I'm wondering if Inman and Stephen and Nagati are going to replicate what the battle that they had at Brands Hatch in the McGann Trophy Cup, because that was certainly very, very entertaining to watch. Did you manage to watch that there, lap?
I wasn't able to watch all of it. I was only able to watch the start.
Oh, okay. No worries. So I think everyone's all ready to go, and we'll get race 2 underway, hopefully, because my throat is nearly going and I'm very hungry. Here we go then. The final is about to get underway. The second race of the ARC Flashback. Oh, that's a heavy impact. So here we go. It is a standing grid start, and it will be Stephen on the pole, followed by Inman, Alex, Kofi, Trey, Kevlaro, Law, Rito, Techno, La Bomba, and Eclipse.
I thought this was to be a grid start, but they look like they're lining up rolling start.
Oh, dear.
I might be wrong. It's possible I might be wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, someone was saying about grid start there. Techno did say that. Are we going to let it by? I don't know.
Not sure. Well, they said this is the start, so I guess we're racing.
Okay then, so here we go. Stephen leads the way, followed by Inman and then Alex, and again going to the middle of the track, trying to break the toe, and now into Roger for the first time. Inman are getting closer to the back of Stephen, but we're all nice and tidy again through Roger. Now it's the S-curves.
Twisty bits.
Yeah, the twisty bits, yeah. Stephen still lead the way, but Alex is all over the back of Inman.
The top 7 are all right there. Reno's starting to fall back a little bit from this group, starting to hold up Techno Guy and La Bomba a bit. Now there's a gap between Reno and Law. Basically, anyone within this top 7, I believe the lap times are about 1 minute. I want to say, what was the lap time? About 1 minute 38 was a really good lap time here, so... Ooh, there's side-by-side contact between Kofi and I believe that's Alex. So Alex now fighting with Kofi for that 4th spot.
Yeah, now side-by-side at 200R they go, and Alex regains that 3rd place, not unless if Kofi managed to let him by. If there was contact being made. Oh, there was, yeah, it was just a loss of traction there from Kofi. Still no real position change though on the coming towards the end of the first lap.
Trey Gamer using a lot of his overtake to really try and close that gap to Kofi, stay with this front group, and it looks like Inman and Stephen going side by side as they head towards the Castle Triangle. Inman, Stephen on the inside, Inman on the outside. Stephen will hold on to 1st place.
Some solid defending driving them from Stephen, who Oh, is he now? Yeah, now he's really up against the pit wall. Inman using his overtake system button thingamajiggy, and up into the lead he goes. Tell you what, I'm actually disappointed that no one has been Rogered yet. I am so sad to see that. We wanted to see people come in there. I wonder if people's been Rogered in the other lobby. We'll probably find out.
That's very
in the chat.
possible. Just look on board with Kofi right now as he really tries to stick with Alex. He was purple. Everyone would be purple now. It's the second lap of a rolling start, but he's really trying to do his best to try and stick with him.
Lost. Trey's in the gravel. Gets into Law a little bit. So Trey made a mistake at deck now. That was Trey.
The Reno spins.
Who else?
Reno has spun at the exit of Degna 2. I think he tried to avoid both Trey and Law.
Oh, well, let's have a look here then. Let's ride on board then with Reno. I saw Trey go off in Degna 1. Oh, he was late on the brakes. And then again, puts too much power on and is stuck against the tyre wall. Meanwhile, the battle for second place is raging now. Stephen, Alex and Kofi, and Alex looking a little bit closer now to the back of Stephen's rear wing. We ride on board now with Alex. A little bit of contact going into the Casio triangle. But again, Stephen holding on to that second place. These three have been pretty much the outright performers in the Flashback series. Inman starting to stretch his legs away from Stephen. Alex makes a move to the inside.
All the overtake button to try and get that move done. And he's got the position, uses a little bit extra to make sure he's got it done, and he's up into second. Raven West, 1 and 2. And
look at Kofi, he's also closer to the back of Stephen and O. I'm just a little bit surprised that Law has not really gained any ingrounds on Kevlaro here. And I mean, he's getting a little bit of pressure now from Trey, who made that mistake yet again on lap 2, this time at a different part of the track. But I tell you what, Trey is definitely looking very racy all over the back of Law as we're going through Dunlop.
He might look for a move into turn 11, the hairpin here, as long as he gets the exit of Degna 2 right.
This time he didn't clip the gravel trap, and Stephen's off! Stephen went off! That's not what Stephen wanted to see. Now, let's have a look at a replay. Did he go off by himself, or did he have help?
As you're getting the replay, Trey Gamer made the inside of Law is taking 5th place.
Let's see. Oh, he just ran right at Degna 2. Yeah, he just missed the apex at Degna 2, and off he goes there. And as you say there, Trey has gained 2 positions in a matter of corners.
Starting to see a lot of people make the mistake at the exit of Degna 2. It's a very tricky corner.
So now it's Raven West 1, Raven West 2. Yeah, Kofi's now onto the podium.
And he's right there on the back of Alex, and he's got a lot of overtake left to try and get that position.
Meanwhile, Law's getting by Trey. A little bit more contact at the Caseo triangle, and back into P5 goes Law. I'm wondering if this is go time now for Law, if he can pull away from Stephen and try and gain a bit of ground now on Kevlaro. They're 1.4 seconds behind, but Trey wants that 5th position back.
I think this go time is a bit too late for him. He needed to go from the second he saw that green flag. He started all the way back in 7th place, and if he wants to hold this spot at the top of the championship standings, he needs to go right when he sees that flag.
It's not going to help that Inman is leading the way, as well as Alex there in that 2nd spot, and Kofi. I think Kofi's actually quite high up too in the points too, so not a good day here for Law. But Kofi looks more of the comfortable driver, and he is keeping Alex very, very honest, and Inman too. We ride on board with Kofi, using more of the overtake button. Less than 10 minutes to go now in this second race, the 15-minute sprint race. And Inman, Alex, Kofi, that's your top 3. And then you've got Kevlaro in 4th there. You've got 4 different nationalities in the top 4.
I'm just looking on board with back behind Trey Gamer here, and it looks like he's opened up over a 2nd gap to Law, so I think Law might have made a mistake through the S's.
Yeah, and Stephen is now all over the back of him now, riding on board now with Stephen, trying to recover from the moment at Degna 2 a lap or 2 ago, using the overtake button he does now on Law. Law's also using it too because it was flashing, side by side going in towards the 130R, and up into P6.
Straight, but Stephen's through.
Do you think Law's a bit comfortable driving the car around here? Because it just, to me, he doesn't look it.
I know the super formula isn't everyone's specialty, and maybe he is feeling a bit of trouble with the car, but I mean, if he's feeling difficulty with the car despite being at the top of the championship standings, then that's on him at this point. As he tries to look around the outside of Steven into turn 1, and he gets it done.
Wow, that's a brave pass and made it stick too. Lovely pass from Law. Alex is down to 5th. Alex is down to 5th. Has he been... Oh, he must have got a penalty. He must have shortcut the concealed triangle. Yes, so Alex may have got a penalty. Well, that's definitely not what Alex needed. So 2nd place is Kofi, and Kevlaro is on course for his best finish of the season.
And Kofi's within that 1 second of Inman, and he's still got a lot of overtake left, especially compared to Inman, who's used a tiny bit more. So Kofi could be on for a possible career best finish here in any ARC race.
Well then, here we go then. Alex Law versus Steven now. Oh, 5th, 6th and 7th. I'll tell you what, Christmas will definitely come early there for Inman.
Trey's ahead of Alex now too.
Yeah, because when Alex had his penalty done, Trey was already ahead.
Oh, okay.
Let's have a look further back then through the field there that we haven't seen a lot of. La Bomba in 8th, Techno 9th, Elite gained a spot, and Reno still recovering from the incident at lap 2, but he's quite a distance far back, 11 seconds away from Eclipse. But Inman and Kofi, and look at Kevlaro defending that 3rd position against the pit wall, trying to again break the toe away from Trey. But Kofi is he is flying, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not letting Inman get away from him. He's doing a great job, as Kevlaro almost had a small moment there at the exit of Roger. It almost spun the car there. Got the outside left into the grass, but Hut managed to hang on to it. And now it looks like he's starting to pull away a little bit from Trev Grimmer through these through the twisty bits of Sector 1.
Steven is falling a little bit behind of Law, over the 2nd behind, so he's not within slipstream distance, although that gap is closing now at Dunlop. But Kofi, less than half a second. Kofi is really on it here. He wants a win.
Well, there's only a few more laps remaining here. They only got just under 6 minutes remaining.
Oh,
so we only got a few laps to do it.
He's really pushing the car, as Kofi. You can't blame him, because this is a position that he's probably never been before. Although, did he not win an AGC race? I forget. I think 2nd's his best ever finish at an ARC event. So, you know, he's in that territory, but he just wants to get that lead away. But he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to over-push the car and go off.
Well, he's definitely in the slipstream now. He's got the overtake button that he can use, and he's just not yet. He's holding off on that overtake button. He's saving it for exactly when he needs it, but I'd be using it right now to really close that gap.
Coming up then with 5 minutes to go, and the gap is definitely closing off now.
Gets into the back of him!
He did, he got into the back of him. And again,
Stewards aren't going to like that one.
Again, that's just, you know, he was trying to be... the difference, though, is... Because obviously you're a lot faster than the guy behind. You have to brake that tad bit earlier going in. You can't do your normal braking point if you're a lot faster than the car behind.
And they lost a lot of time to both Trey and Kevlaro behind them. Just look how much closer they are now. It's anyone's race if anything happens to these front runners.
Law's down to 7th place, and he's lost a bunch of time. Has he been rogered? Let's have a look. Let's ride on board with Law. Oh, and... Well, Steven made a look on the inside going into the first corner, and it may have pushed Law a little bit out wide.
It's now a 4-car race for the lead now. Both Trey and Kevlaro have caught up to the back of Inman and Kofi.
Trey all over the back of Kevlaro there, and I think it's safe to say that he's got the better of the overtakes, but well, he's got more overtake time than the top 4, I think even ahead of Alex and all. And we're coming out now with less than 4 minutes to go. The top 5, they're separated by just 2 seconds.
Looks like Trey's starting to lose a little bit on those tires there. He might be in the clutches of Alex here on the back straight. He puts his car defensive here. Let's see what side he's going to pick Alex to go to. He's going to force Alex to go to the outside. We're going to be side by side going through 130R. That's a ballsy move. Can he get it done on the outside? There's neck and neck, and Alex will have the inside for the Casio triangle. Will try to hold on the outside. He will. Will be able to hold on. Good racing, and he will hold on to 4th.
But now they're going to compromise that because now it's just a 3-horse race, and now they're going to fall in the clutches of Stephen now. And again, Tree go heavily defensive.
Now look at Inman. Inman defensive over Kofi, trying to force Kofi the outside.
Side by side, going into Roger. Oh no, it's getting tasty now.
Now Kevlar's right there. Trey still trying to defend from Alex behind. This is a close race.
Top 3, less than 4 tenths of a second with less than 3 minutes to go. So roughly what, 2 more laps of this race. And Kevlaro, he's never been this high before in an ARC event here. He wants to go 2 steps higher than what he is. Trey's actually now gone into 4th position. What's... Oh no, Trey was already in that 4th. My bad. Oh, sideways in deck the 2.
Look at the top 3. It looks like Kofi's got the better of the overtakes. Just another avoiding action. They're all right there. Top 6. It's all so close. If one mistake happens, it could be anyone's race.
Dearie me, Trey is really pushing that Super Formula car there, nearly losing the rear at the exit of the hairpin. But look at this now. Top 6 now, less than 2 seconds. Stephen wants a little wide at Spoon Curve. He's going to lose out a little bit of time there.
Kofi all over the back of Inman here. He's got extra overtake. Inman's going to have to be using his. What side is he going to force Kofi to? He's going to try and force Kofi to the outside, but I think Kofi's going to think better of it and get off the overtake. He's going to wait for a better opportunity.
Will it be the Castillo Triangle? He's getting very close now. Inman going defensive. As we're coming up then with this would be the penultimate lap.
Alex on the outside of Trey. Alex on the outside of Trey for 4th, and he gets it done to the Castillo Triangle.
But then Trey will have the inside for this right hand there, and he's going to hold on to that 4th position. But look at Kofi all over the back of Edmund, side by side on the penultimate lap. And look at Stephen 3 abreast.
Kofi in the lead. Kofi's into the lead. Kofi is taking the lead of this race, and Stephen's up
in the 4th place. But he got hit. He may have got hit off by Trey. And into the tyre wall goes Stephen.
He manages to stop it from going around, but he's dropped all the way back to 6th place, and there goes Law up into 6th. We're going to need to replay what happened to Stephen there, but Kofi has taken the lead of this race with a minute remaining.
So going into it, yeah, he just got into the, Trey got into the back of it, but I don't know if Alex got into Trey and Trey got into Stephen.
Well, it looks like Kevlar, Kofi's got a gap now between him and him, and now Kevlar's looking real racy for that 2nd place.
Yeah, it looks like this is Kofi's to lose now here. Inman getting a lot of pressure from Kevlaro and Trey Gamer, who could be in a little bit of trouble here with the stewards after the incident with Stephen. And I mean, that puts Law back into that 6th position. I think this is going to be the last lap, actually.
I think it will be. It's going to be awfully close at the front of the pack here. 1:06 at current time. Yeah, I think this might be the last lap. They should just cross the line right before 1 second is up, and there you go. Kofi's used all of his overtake. He's got a solid lead. Unless he messes up Casio Triangle, he should be fine. Kevlaro's just too far back off the back of Inman. This should be the final lap. Yeah, this will be the final lap. Yeah, they're going to be about 4 seconds short of going across the start-finish line. So Kofi is going to win this race. Kevlaro down to the inside, late on the brakes, and gets the 2nd position. But it's Kofi Juicy. He got wheel spin.
Oh, did he lose it? Indeed he did. Kofi wins. Inman just gets 2nd. Kevlaro third. Trey Gamer gets in 4th. Alex in 5th. Law will finish in 6th position. Stephen will come across in 7th place. But there will be some stewards' inquiries after this race regarding that incident the lap before. La Bomba Negra gets 8th place. Eclipse gets 9th. Tenor Guy in 10th. And Reno did well there to catch up to Tenor Guy, but he will finish in 11th place. But what a 2nd race that was there.
That was a good race.
That was solid.
Congratulations to Kofi on taking his 1st win, but there does have to be a small asterisk there. There was that small contact that Kofi did have. I believe it was either with Alex or Inman, so there could be a 5-second penalty on his finish.
Yeah, so that could be hanging in the balance there if Kofi gets his 1st win, or will it be Inman's win? Oh, excuse me there. Just had a bit of a hiccup there. But yeah, that was some 2nd race. That was fully enjoyable.
That was very enjoyable. And I said before we started, if they were to put on anything like the F1 race today, we'd be on for an absolute cracker. And here we are.
There you are. Yeah, indeed. So the guys said no to save the replay there so they can get the stewards there. But there you go. That has been the Flashback champions there. What did you think of it tonight then, Latin?
That was a good one. I definitely enjoyed that one, and it was great to be back in the booth with you.
Indeed it was there. But I mean, like I said, that was only for one race only. I'm going to have Rascal back in the booth for next week at Le Mans. But anyway, that has been the Flashback Champions. Oh, before I go, just want to say all the best to you for Season 5, Lateral.
Thank you. I'll try to make the most of it that I can.
I want to see you in the streamed event races. That's your target.
I'll do everything I can to try and get into lobby at least once.
But anyways, this has been the Flashback Champions, the Super Formulas around Suzuka. I've been Savvy.
I've been Lateral G.
And we will see you next week for the finale at Le Mans. So until then, see you later.